Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the God Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you is having a fantastic Sunday afternoon. Again, I apologize for wherever we are around the world, and welcome back to a breaking news episode in that Liverpool have agreed a fee for Hugo Ekitike. Of course, a deal has now been all agreed and done. Of course, we will discuss everything the Huzz broke over this morning. Of course, get your guys' thoughts and reactions in the comment section down below. Again, are you excited? Are you happy about the transfer? I think he will be one special player for the next couple of years for Liverpool Football Club anyway. But again, let me know how you lot are in the chat. If you are new around here, of course, do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and all of that good stuff anyway. But like Hugo Ekitike to Liverpool, it is a here we go, and it is exciting. It is really, really exciting. The fact that Liverpool now have their fifth, sixth summer signing, and by the looks of things, Liverpool are nowhere near done in this transfer market as well. But again, speaking on Hugo Ekitike, now last night we did have news confirmed by David Ornstein, claiming that Liverpool had an agreement in principle. Now this was the report that David Ornstein did put out last night, saying that an outline agreement between Liverpool and Eintracht Frankfurt for the transfer of Hugo Ekitike to Liverpool. Work needed to formally get it done, expected in the next days or so. If all add-ons are met, of course, Frankfurt would have a club record sale, currently at 95 million euros. Now, of course, that was at I believe it was like 10:30 last night. I think it was that report from David Ornstein. Yeah, looking at it now, yeah, it was 10:30 where David Ornstein first reported that. And then this morning, of course, we've had the breaking news from Fabrizio Romano that it is a here we go. Now, Romano has come out and said, as you guys can see on screen right now, as he rightfully puts, but there, breaking Hugo Ekitike to Liverpool. Here we go. Deal in place for a fee of 90 million euros for the French striker to join from Eintracht Frankfurt, potentially reaching 95 million euros. Apologies. It says a 6-year deal for Ekitike, valued until June 2031. He only wanted Liverpool move, new striker for Arne Slot, which of course, is actually fantastic news. But this is why the whole transfer fee, I think, has kind of got a bit of, not click-worthy things, but I think everybody's got a bit carried away in terms of the price tag. Now, in pounds, the initial price tag that Liverpool will end up paying is 69 million pounds. That is guaranteed. Liverpool will end up paying that price. Of course, if all the add-ons are met, which again we know are probably going to be linked in with winning the Premier League, winning the Champions League, appearances, bonuses, and goal scoring performances as well. That will take it up to 82 million pounds. So when you actually consider it, Liverpool are only paying 69 million pounds guaranteed. That is the guaranteed price of Hugo Ekitike, and then we are going to end up paying 13 million pounds in add-ons if, of course, Liverpool go on to win, let's say, obviously the Premier League, Champions League. If Liverpool go on to do that, who will care about that type of price tag? Now, do I think Hugo Ekitike is worth it? I said it to you guys for the longest time. In my honest opinion, he was the perfect Isak replacement. If we couldn't get Alexander Isak, go and get Hugo Ekitike. The numbers speak for themselves. We know that, again, Liverpool are now back to data-driven. And look, if the data department think that he is worth it, if the data team thinks that, look, he is the guy for Arne Slot and the way Liverpool want to play and progress, again, I'm absolutely all for it, and I can't wait to see him playing in a Liverpool shirt. I really, really can't. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. Of course, we will get into a bit more news regarding Hugo Ekitike. Of course, we'll get onto like medical stuff as well, because it's unclear at the minute when he's going to be taking his medical. But again, it'll be over the next couple of days for sure. Big up Cal as well, saying Ekitike, Wirtz, Salah, and Rodrigo. Potentially, I think that's the hope for the next season potentially. But big up Gary as well, saying Talia Albin, Hugo will light up the Cop as well. Hopefully be Hugo Boss. Hopefully this next couple of seasons anyway. But again, I've said it to you guys. If you guys are long-term viewers of the channel, he is the perfect Isak replacement. You know, if you're looking at if Liverpool couldn't, get Isak away from Newcastle, who do you go out and get? I know plenty of people have suggested people like Victor Osimhen, for example, and Victor Gyökeres. But in my honest opinion, the way we're trying to build and the football I think the Liverpool want to play next season, I think Hugo Ekitike was perfect for that, really. Of course, the dream was Alexander Isak. Don't get us wrong. Of course it was, signing probably one of the best, if not the best striker in the world in world football. Of course, Liverpool want to do that type of deal. But I think, again, Hugo Ekitike has the potential to get up to that level. And again, he's already playing phenomenal football at the moment. Again, free-flowing for his height as well. What is he, around 6'2", 6'3"? Like, again, in my honest opinion, I think he could be a massive success at Liverpool as well. When you've got Salah behind you, you've got Florian Wirtz, Dom Szoboszlai, you've got Alexis McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch. Again, Liverpool are looking for just complete domination next season, and I think they will get that. But certainly with Hugo Ekitike up top as well. But big up Cal as well. Oh, sorry, obviously Cal's in the chat. I just hope Ekitike doesn't drop deep like Darwin Nunez and the rest we have had. The one thing I would say with that, though, is that Hugo Ekitike can play with the football, unlike Darwin, who, in my opinion, Darwin is a traditional striker, who likes to run into space, running behind. I feel like Hugo Ekitike is very, very good with his feet. Again, we're going to bring out a special episode probably tonight or tomorrow around Hugo Ekitike and why Liverpool have signed him. And with his feet, he's very, very good. And again, I really recommend everyone to go and watch, not so much highlights, but go and look at extended highlights, or go and look at, per 90s then, for example, because then you get a real understanding of the player. And he is pretty decent with his feet. Again, can drop in deep. Again, can run in behind like a traditional striker. Again, creates a lot of space, creates a lot of chances. As well, yes, his finishing can improve, and again, that will come through time. That will also improve with the players that he's going to be playing with. Like I said, with Mo Salah, Florian Wirtz, and others as well. But again, just to think, he's only 22. Was Alexander Isak this good at 22? I don't think so. Again, him and Isak have very similar career paths, in terms of they've had obviously a failed move in terms of obviously Alexander Isak moved to Borussia Dortmund, didn't really work out, went to Real Sociedad, got himself back on track in terms of the progression, and then moved to Newcastle, and over these last 18 months has been the best, one of the best strikers in the world. Now, I think Ekitike is quite similar. Look, had the failed move to, obviously did very good for Reims, went to PSG, didn't really work out, of course, because I think at the time they were having obviously Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar at the time. Wasn't given a chance, moved to Frankfurt, did okay at first, and then of course last season had his breakthrough year where he got 22 goals and 14 assists, was it, or 12, 14 assists, I believe. So again, that's another step up. And look, I know plenty of people go, well, if Liverpool are paying 69 million for somebody who's had one good season, but it's one good season where the data team are, driven up. And it's kind of similar, like you look at somebody like Sadio Mane, for example. He had one really good season at Southampton, and Liverpool straight away wanted to come in and buy him. And I think, look, Liverpool have paid the price you are going to pay now for a striker in Europe. Because again, you look at that similar market, around £69 million. You look at, for example, like Victor Gyökeres is going to go for something similar or just above it. You look at Osimhen as well, going to Galatasaray for 75 million euros. So again, it's around that same price point, really. But look, I think for me, Ekitike could become something special for Liverpool in the near future. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments, because look, I'm very, very excited to see him in a Liverpool shirt. And look, I do think he is going to be special, given, again, the right time, because I know people now will straight away, because I've already seen it this morning, people going on about the price tag. And like, look, the only reason why you should be worried about price tags is A, if it completely destroys your football club, or B, look, you're trying to go after another target, and of course this money takes away from it. Liverpool, I think somebody put it perfectly earlier on. Over the last 10 years, Liverpool are bottom. At the big teams in the Premier League, Liverpool are bottom in terms of net spend, in terms of, again, bringing players in the door for the amount. Liverpool are bottom compared to everyone else. We're even below Spurs in that. Obviously not now, because of we've ended up spending 300 million this summer. But again, Liverpool have been at bottom of the table when we're talking about net spend and talking about, again, bringing in players for the money. And in my honest opinion, now Liverpool have just decided to go, right, well, we're going to go, once all of our targets are available, we're going to go for it. We're going to go and get every single player in now, because we can do. Liverpool didn't spend any money last season. Again, winning the Premier League, getting, because I think people forget about that. Liverpool got 200 million from competitions last season, practically. We got 100 million euros for, I know it was 100 million pounds for the Champions League, because we won pretty much every single group game, and we won that game against PSG. Yes, we lost it at Anfield, but again, Liverpool, I think, guaranteed got 100 million pounds from UEFA. Then we ended up getting over 100 million for winning the Premier League. So there's 200 million there. Considering the fact Liverpool didn't spend any money last season as well, again, look, Liverpool spending 400 million now. It's not like that's going to be a guaranteed thing over the next 5 years, for example. Like, look, don't get me wrong, Liverpool are not going to go out now next summer and go and spend 500 million again, or 400 million again. Like, if we need one or two, we will go and do that. But this is the thing where people now go, and it's the thing I've laughed at today, just watching people's opinions, is the amount of people that have gone, oh, well, where are Liverpool getting this money from? Like, have Liverpool spent anything? And that's the thing. Liverpool have not spent anything really in 2 seasons. Again, like we bought, obviously we bought all the midfielders. Even last year we bought Chiesa that pretty much paid for himself. Like, and realistically, Liverpool, if we're going to sell Federico Chiesa, which again I don't think we will end up doing, he'll end up paying for himself. So it's really, we're winning money back, not losing any money on him either. But look, that's just my opinion anyway. But look, Fabrice Hawkins as well, confirming his news as well, as you guys can see. But there's total agreement between Frankfurt and Liverpool for Hugo Ekitike, 95 million euro with bonuses and a 6-year contract. It's not said yet how much he's going to have on his contract. That'll probably be announced in the next couple of days and weeks. But again, if anyone's just tuning in as well, if you're looking at it and going, well, Con, how is he 69 million pounds if it's 95 million euros? So for you guys, of course, looking at it on paper, you kind of go, oh, well, Liverpool, what are Liverpool doing? So initial fee is 69 million pounds, of course, not euros, pounds. So Liverpool will guarantee pay Frankfurt 69 million pounds. And then, of course, 13 million of those out of the 95 million euros is add-ons. So officially, if Liverpool do end up winning, I'm guessing, like Premier League, Champions League, everything else around that, Liverpool will end up paying 82 million pounds for him, which of course I think then Ekitike then becomes our second highest transfer of all time. Again, it's kind of weird with the Darwin Nunez stuff, because reportedly we've only spent around 80 million on him. But again, I think Ekitike overtakes Darwin now. So again, 82 million pounds will be the all-in fee for Hugo Ekitike if he was to obviously complete all the add-ons. But as a fixed fee, it is 69 million pounds, which again I think is a pretty decent deal, considering again the striker market as it is at the moment as well. But big up Bri as well. Hope you're doing well, saying hi Con. Cal says, will Salah hit same goals now? Yeah, well, I think he will. I will also say it as well. I think Mo Salah is probably now going to get more assists than than what he probably did last season. Like if he has the same season that he did last year, I think Mo's numbers go up even more, which is frightening to think, really. But no, I think, of course, we are going to change the way we play now with having Ekitike, Wirtz as well. But that triangle of Wirtz, Salah, and Ekitike, that's frightening. That's really frightening. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this football team now, because on paper, it's a really good football team. The Liverpool are building. And look, I'm very, very happy that Liverpool have got him, because I said to you guys, he is the number one guy that Liverpool should be looking at for an Alexander Isak replacement. You know, if we can't get Isak and we can't get him out to Newcastle, then go after Hugo Ekitike. Of course, Newcastle probably thought the same thing in trying to get Ekitike, because again, there was no chance that they were going to play both of them. Now I know some people have already said like, oh, Liverpool could end up getting Isak as well. You know, obviously with the news breaking about Alexander Isak being unsettled and that. Look, this is Liverpool striker. Ekitike will be Liverpool's number 9. Whether or not he's going to be number 9 officially, you know, in terms of the shirt number, but on an overall perspective, I think Hugo Ekitike again is Liverpool's number 9 now for the long run, and 100% won't be. Why has that come up? Did that come up for you as well, or was that just me? But yeah, again, we'll take a look at this FPREF stats in a moment. I don't know if that came up on stream. For me, it did. Here we go. Hugo. I'm excited. Con as well. Big up Doug. Hope he's doing well. This is what we were crying out after winning 1920. Yeah, and that's the same as well, isn't it? The fact that we've said it for years, haven't we? Like Liverpool need to go on and add quality now, add to the team right now, because we've said it for years, haven't we? That if we had built on the success, if we built on the team we had at the time, where would the team have got to? We nearly did it in 21-22 when Liverpool nearly won everything. And that was an indication of, because of course Liverpool added Luis Diaz, they added, you know, we had Diogo Jota at the football club as well, that in my opinion that season Jota really dragged Liverpool through games at times. We had the midfield, we had the defense. We ran out at the end of the season because, again, I think just the amount of games really. But on an overall perspective, we've said it for years, haven't we? Liverpool need to add while we're on top. And I think now, certainly with Michael Edwards back at the football club, I think there has been that shift of, right, well, we're going to win now. Like, we're going to build a team that, okay, because you look at the average age now of this football team, you've got Wirtz, who's 22. You've got Ekitike, who's 22. You've got McAllister, who's 24. Mac is 26. What am I talking about? Mac is 26. Yes, you've got Salah, who's 30, 31, 32. Van Dijk, who's 33. They are the oldest members of your team. But you've got Frimpong, who's 24. Kirkes, who's 21. Like, again, this team could be around for the next 5 to 6 years dominating English football. And that's how brilliant it is as well. And exciting it is as well. But Cal says, my prediction, Premier League only, Ekitike 18 goals, 3 assists, Salah 19 goals, 25 assists, Jesus. Wirtz 10 goals, 13 assists. If Rodrigo comes in, 15 goals and 6 assists as well. Well, if that's just Premier League, wow, that would be frightening. But Bryce says, Slot said a load of players year 2 at Feyenoord and won the league. This was always the plan, but Slot's overachieved last season, in my opinion. On paper, yes, I would agree with you on that. I think there is that thing of, should Arne Slot have won the league in its first season? No. No one ever thought Liverpool could achieve it. To be fair, I think it is credit though to it is credit to Arne Slot and how good he is, because look, Liverpool could have definitely gone wrong last season. Liverpool, of course, losing Jurgen Klopp, and building, having the same players, you could have gone, or the players could have gone, right, well, we might struggle at first because, again, new team, not new team, but new manager, new faces around, again, new ideas that may take time to develop. Of course, quite similar, but not overall similar. But we destroyed the league last season. Like, let's not get this wrong. Liverpool were unstoppable at times last season. And if that is Arne Slot's team, that, again, is his team, but isn't, if you get what I mean. Like, again, it's not his players being brought in to have his style and his system being brought in. And now with those players in, of course, Frimpong, Kirkes, Furt as well, like Ekitike, it's frightening. It's really, really frightening. And to think, if we were so good last season and you're adding more quality, because realistically, the only big hitter we've lost is Trent. And when we talk Trent's creativity has now been changed, because now you add Florian Wirtz into creative numbers, Kirkes, Frimpong. Again, Liverpool have multiple assets of being able to assist, to create as well. You've also got Mo Salah, who can create very well, because, again, last season Trent wasn't around for a big period of the season, where, again, Conor Bradley was being brought into the games, and again, Liverpool ended up going on to win. But in my honest opinion, I think Liverpool can get even better. With that being said, I think Arne Slot, year 2 of this of Arne Slot era at Liverpool is to win the Champions League. And look, don't get me wrong, I think everyone, myself included, wants to retain the Premier League, and that's the whole reason why Liverpool are trying this hard in the transfer market, is because we want to retain, we want to win another 21, and build a dynasty, similar to like what Man City have done over the years. But I think last season, it really frustrated Arne Slot, the fact we got knocked out of the Champions League, where on another day Liverpool could have won that game against PSG. We had the chances to get through, and unfortunately, look, PSG in the Champions League last season, they were the best team in the latter stages. But in my honest opinion, I think on another day, Liverpool could have beat PSG and gone on to win the Champions League. I think that's what really frustrated Arne Slot, the fact that we could have done it. And again, with the energy now we're going to have from Milos Kirkes, Jeremy Frimpong, again, I think we're going to be a lot more quicker as well in transition, and we're not going to be as slow, as similar like last season, where there's a few times where the ball will go to Trent and we'd slow things right down a bit too much. I feel like now we're going to be a bit more quicker, because, again, the whole team will be played through the midfield, if that makes sense. It's not going to be, right back to left back. It's going to be, again, the right back and left back will bomb forward, but the midfielders will be the dictators of the game next season, in my opinion, anyway. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts down below. But big up Zane as well, saying, I think something people are not highlighting. Ekitike is 6'3", so from set pieces, he's a massive boost as well. Yeah, very true. Well, now it adds to what you got: Ekitike, Kanate, Van Dijk, Gakpo as well, if Cody's playing. So again, Liverpool should have some decent players in the air next season. How many goals from set pieces we're going to actually score, because that was one of our kryptonites last season, where Liverpool just completely failed at scoring set pieces. Because we went from one of the better teams to scoring set pieces. I've just knocked my friggin' can over. We went from one of the best to one of the worst in for set piece goals. So yeah, I think it's something Liverpool need to improve on, of course. Yeah, I think we might destroy a few teams. Well, I do as well. I think, again, low blocks are the ones that, again, are Liverpool's kryptonite. They've been that for many years. But I think, again, we have multiple ways now of beating teams, for sure. More ahead of schedule than overachieving, I should have said. Yeah, no, exactly. It was ahead of schedule, but in a good way. Let's be honest as well. Big up Ben as well, if you're doing well. So, do you think Ekitike is a good signing con? Yeah, I really do. I will quickly get up. So I'm going to chat. Let me get up Ekitike's stats compared to Alexander Isak, because I think, again, that's the comparison you want, really. Now, again, don't get me wrong. One league is the Bundesliga, the other is the Premier League. But this for me is the reason why Liverpool have gone for Ekitike, is because he is the replacement for Alexander Isak. And again, I will also say, when we talk about injury, injury impact as well, when you do look at it, Alexander Isak, he does have a few injuries now and again. Ekitike, I think, on his injury history, is quite decent. Again, I don't think he's had many injuries, or if not any. But I will get up the FB ref thing for you guys, so you guys can see as well what I'm going on about. Nope, that's the wrong thing. That was the link for the stream to join anyway. But yeah, share screen. There we go. So you guys should be able to see us on screen, hopefully. There we go. Of course, this is a comparison to Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak. Now, of course, you guys can see Isak is in the blue, Ekitike is in the red. And when you do compare the two, it is pretty much identical. You look, let me quickly put on the per 90 stats for you guys. So even when you look at it, like, again, Ekitike, when you look at assist, obviously goal, expected goals and assist, shot creation actions, pass attempted, pass completions. Again, Ekitike is very much above Alexander Isak in these metrics. Of course, you do have to take into consideration, one is the Premier League, one is the Premier League, one is the Bundesliga. But even still, when we talk about a trajectory of players, again, Ekitike is only 22. Like, will Ekitike get to this stage when he is 25? Then yeah, I think it's absolutely the case. I think Ekitike, when, let's say, for example, when Isak was 22, and when, obviously, right now, I would say, when when you got Ekitike at 22 and you got Isak at 22, I think Ekitike is better. But of course, the last 18 months to 2 years, Isak has just completely gone skyrocket, and has been a success at Newcastle as well. But for me, this is the one way I look at it and go, Ekitike for me could become what Isak is now. But again, it's hoping that his trajectory does go up, because we have seen it before. Don't get us wrong. You have seen Liverpool hope that somebody can take that upwards, path in Darwin Nunez. But I think that the more differences between Ekitike and Darwin Nunez is that, for me, I think Ekitike is better with his feet than Darwin Nunez. I think Ekitike can do that false nine role, or come a bit deeper to play it and link up with the midfielders. I don't think Darwin Nunez can do that as well as Ekitike. But I also look at it and go, Ekitike has that both, that link-up play, and he can also run in behind and create space and create chances, where, again, we've seen Darwin Nunez can't do that. Darwin Nunez can run into space and create a lot of chances. Of course he can. But I think when we talk about somebody who, under the right manager, under the right system, and the right players, can develop into a player that's going to be unbelievable, I think Ekitike could become that for Liverpool. 100% could become that for Liverpool. As well. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts anyway on Ekitike. and the price tag as well. Because I know people will be worried about it, but for me, I think it's a decent price. Because again, Liverpool could have ended up spending the whole €100 million on Ekitike. Konate has one goal for us, and that was a header against City. I think he offers nothing at corners as well. To be fair, yeah. Wait there, you're on about the goal at Wembley, Bright? Because I know he has scored. It's in my head. He scored 4 goals for Liverpool in total in his Liverpool career. I think anyway. Yeah, Benfica home and away. Yeah. Oh, Premier League. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Premier League. Yeah, I'm struggling to think when. But look, that's just me anyway. Ben says, what's Ben saying? €90 million is a lot to put into someone who isn't necessarily proven across multiple seasons. And in the Prem, true, that is true. And that is a worry that you will have. Yeah, and let's be honest though, when looking at the market, it isn't great for strikers. Let's be perfectly honest. Ekitike, in my opinion, was the best of a bad market. And when you look at, for example, if Ekitike had not come to Liverpool and gone elsewhere, who else could Liverpool have got? Yes, Liverpool could have tried to get Isak, which I think Liverpool might have done, or might have done everything possible to get him. But Liverpool are not going to go after Gyökeres. We're not going to go after Victor Osimhen. Again, there might have been a real possibility that we might have ended up staying with Darwin for one more season. We could still end up doing that. That's not lie about it either. Again, Darwin could still stay at Liverpool. I doubt it, but again, that's just my thoughts. He scored against Wolves last season as well. So Cal, favourite Liverpool channel, nice one, mate, as well. Big up Martin as well. Hope you're doing well. Isak and Happy, probably. He's probably now. He's probably now looking at it and going, well, I'm not going to move anywhere now because Arsenal are going to go and get Gyökeres. Liverpool got Ekitike. I wouldn't be surprised in a year's time if Isak potential move to Barcelona, if they could do it. Again, I don't think they could, but yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. Hang on a minute, let me quickly go up. I want to chat. I've lost the chat. Wonder if Ekitike signing will spur Darwin on to performing. I'd hope so. Like, that's the thing. I like Darwin. I like the way he plays. The only thing is, if he had composure, if he had a natural composure in his game, he would be brilliant, and he would be. But yeah, I don't know. This is the thing, right? Because I know some people are like, oh, we'll sell Darwin to the Saudis. He's made it quite clear he doesn't want to go to Saudi, and he doesn't. But obviously, the Napoli move is now off. So where's he going to go? And who's going to be offering 50 million for him? I did think about it the other day. What happens if Manchester United bid 50 million for Darwin Nunez? What do we do? But no, that would never happen, obviously. But yeah, I do wonder where he'll go. My thought is Saudi, but again, it's been quite clear he doesn't want to go. But he's also made it clear he doesn't want to stay at Liverpool either. So with that being said, I think he'll end up. I think he will end up going for sure. But Zane says, plus he was at PSG, so we know he's technically sound. And when they had Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, so isn't a shy character to say the least. Neither. No, he's not. The one thing I would also say about this as well is that one thing I did forget to mention at the start of the show. Of course, PSG do have a sell-on clause as well, so PSG will get a bit of this transfer as well. I think they get, I want to say it's 20% of the profit that Frankfurt make. So hell knows what that is, really. But I think that's what they get for him anyway. Have them battle for that starting striker role. Could do, but I think Liverpool will sell because in an ideal world, I think the overall plan for Liverpool is to sign Ekitike, then go on to sign a centre-half, which I think will be Mark Gahey. And then I think Liverpool's dream would be to go and get Rodrigo if Luis Diaz leaves. And then you've got Cody Gakpo and Rodrigo on the left. You've got Ekitike and Rodrigo who could play at striker. And then you've got and you've also got Federico Chiesa as well, who can play striker. And then as the right wing, then you've got Mo Salah and Federico Chiesa. So Liverpool are pretty much stacked in that position. They've got Mo Salah, Hugo Ekitike, Cody Gakpo, Rodrigo, and Federico Chiesa. They've got 5. I think plenty of people would want 6. I've seen. I was listening to Anfield Rap yesterday, and a lot of them was discussing the fact that they would want. 5 is okay, but they would like 6 in that position. I know plenty of people don't necessarily like the fact that, oh well, if that, say for example, Cody Gakpo gets injured, you're then down to, if Liverpool sign Rodrigo, you're then down to Rodrigo on the left. He's also then the backup striker, and you're kind of stretching yourself thin in that regard. It would be interesting to see if Liverpool might look for a backup now, but I'm not necessarily sure they're going to do that, if I'm being honest. Anyway, but look, that's just a guess at this moment in time. Where are we by? Big up Rods as well. Hope you're doing well, mate. Saying big up my red brother as well. Hope you're doing well. I have to get you on at some point, Rods, as well. But Bryce says Darwin is leaving. Yeah, I would agree, 100%. Is it 80 million? So pounds wise, it's I've got it down in the notes. So it is 69 million pounds guaranteed fixed fee. That is the fixed fee for Liverpool. It will be 69 million pounds, 13 million in add-ons, which could take it up to 82 million pounds. That's the price for Ekitike. So 69 guaranteed fee, and then 82 million if Liverpool meet all of the add-ons, which again is around, if Liverpool win Premier League, Champions League. So again, if Liverpool do that, again, I'm not so fussed. I'm not asked anyway, to be fair, because again, Liverpool are spending all the money at the moment. But fans moaning about FSG spending, you can't win with some people. Look, for years, people have said about FSG spending money and hurry up and spend money, invest in the team, and then when they invest in the team, it's then, well, when they go and invest in the team, it's like, well, they're spending too much money. How are Liverpool getting all this money? It's like, you can't win. You really can't. Big up Kev as well. So why can't we test Newcastle and offer 150 million? Look, we're not spending 150 million on Isak now. And don't get us wrong. I think if Isak is available next season, I think Liverpool will try again. But it will be for a lot less than 150 million. And this is the other thing as well. Newcastle have said not for sale. Let's get that out of the way. Newcastle have said not for sale. Okay, we would look at 150 million. And on a Liverpool point of view, why would you leave yourself in that position? In my opinion, why would you leave yourself in such a bad position? Because again, if Liverpool bid 150 million pounds, if again, Newcastle could say, right, we want 150 million. Say Liverpool bid that 150 million, I guarantee it, Newcastle would reject it, because they then would go, oh no, we want more money. We want more than 150 million. 150 million was just a baseline. Because I said it a couple of nights ago to you guys, Newcastle was shocked at the fact that Liverpool went to them and went, okay, we'll give you 120 million for Isak. They didn't expect that. They and again, Liverpool, because I love the fact Newcastle fans tried to play it off with Liverpool's plan of oh, well, you either give us Isak, or we'll go and take Ekitike, and we did, and that's the funny thing from my opinion. But I personally don't get why Liverpool would bid. We haven't done everything to get Isak. That's the problem. We have. I would disagree with that. We have. It's just the problem is Isak hasn't put in a transfer request. Now, I also think Liverpool bid if Isak put in a transfer request, but he didn't. You know, he just told his agent, "I'd be happy with the move," and yeah, I just don't think that is anyway. But AR says, "Oh, what's going on? What's going to happen with Tsimikas, Ramsey, Williams, Elliot, Morton? Probably most of them sold. I would say, probably. We need a centre back and a DM. I'd say we're only going to probably get centre back and winger if DS leaves, of course. Go away, Luke," says Caroline, you sausage. I will be on after the show. But what else we have? FK a year's time, get Isak is now put the money down and will dominate Europe. Also, I think we do that now, mate. If I'm being honest, but again, let me know your guys' thoughts. I'm fine. Darwin is awful, man. Come on, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. There's been problems with Darwin, but I love Darwin and the person. Again, he does try his all, but in also saying that as well, I'm like, yeah, it is time to move on. Anyway, but what else do we have? We need another forward in still. I would agree. Again, that's why I think Ekitike, I think Rodrigo, if he was to come in again, he fills in a lot of spaces for sure. You have lost 3 first-team players so far. Why would anyone want to leave the champs as well, says Kevin? Well, at the moment, nobody wants to. This is why Costa Tsimikas is still at the football club. I have no worries about Ekitike. Same, Martin. I think he'd be absolutely boss, in my opinion, anyway. Fans saying we need rid of Konate. Really, if he doesn't sign a new contract, I'd be fuming. But yeah, it's again that's the big big headache at the minute, isn't it? Is the friggin' contract situation. How are we, fellas? Says Jack. Hope you're doing well. I'd rather 2 centre backs come and a winger than Isak and centre backs badly. I don't think we need 2. We just need 1. Because again, at the present moment in time, Liverpool have 3 first team left backs, which again is not great. Did I say first team left backs? Centre backs, sorry. Yeah, they have. We got Van Dijk, Konate, and Joe Gomez, and that's it. I know we have Nalo as well from the academy, but yeah, still we need to sign 1 more at least. Frankfurt have sold around 400 million worth of strikers for 5 years. Marmoush, Ekitike, Hala, Jovic, and yeah, Kolomwani as well. They've been really good at selling, haven't they? Let's not lie about that. To be fair, Frankfurt, new Benfica, in the way they sell players. So yeah, it's interesting anyway. But hi everyone, how are we? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yeah, if you could, very much appreciate it always. God's sake, Ryan. Ricky said he doesn't rate Isak. Been crying on PS saying he's not good enough. After all this time, saying he was definitely signing. Look, don't be surprised if the Isak story is not over with Liverpool anyway. But look, ask Ricky for that. Ricky's had the latest news with Isak over the last couple of weeks. If Hugo wins us a couple of Premier Leagues and Champions League, I will happily pay all those add-ons. Some set of rival fans that said it's too much for Ali and VVD. Yeah, exactly. People don't talk about that. People don't talk about Van Dijk's price tag now or Ali's. Again, they mentioned Darwin Nunez because it didn't work. But yeah, and let's not get this twisted as well. It's rare over the last few years that Liverpool get a transfer wrong. The 2 I would say, look, and you can say they failed. 1, Darwin Nunez. number 2, Naby Keita, because of the injuries. Even though I loved Naby Keita at the time, but still, look, Liverpool definitely do. If they are determined to spend big on a player, they think it's the right deal. And in fact, now that the data department's back, in terms of, again, all the transfers are pretty much data driven. Yes, you have to have the eye test and everything else. In my honest opinion, you look at Wirtz, you look at Ekitike, again, it is all for the system. It's all for Arne Slot and what he wants from this Liverpool team. Similar like Alisson, Van Dijk as well. Again, data did really drive them transfers forward. But again, it was also Liverpool wanting them to get signed. Because again, if you hear the stories about Virgil van Dijk, Jurgen Klopp's like, no, I want Van Dijk. I don't care if we have to wait a season or two. Like, again, we will get Van Dijk at the football club. And they ended up doing that. And look, I think Ekitike will be a similar transfer where, okay, first couple of weeks, if he doesn't score a goal, people will straight away be like, oh, he's a flop. But if he helps Liverpool go on to score 100+ goals this season, who gives a crap? And that's the thing. I look at it and go, he, for me, for the system we want to play, is the perfect player for how we want to play. For sure. But Ryan says price tags in footy are just ridiculous. Saying someone isn't worth what they go for is just on easy argument, but it's lazy because basically no one is worth their price until they perform. Yeah, true. Absolutely. But unfortunately, I think Lucho is committed to leave Liverpool. Yeah, I think so as well. I think he will end up going. Will Diaz stay or leave? I think Lucho will go. I think that second bid coming in from Bayern, I think, will be enough. But again, it depends on what Bayern Munich do actually bid, because Bayern Munich are trying to act like a poor club at the moment, which, yeah, it's never going to happen anyway. But look, the boss news is Hugo Ekitike to Liverpool. It is a here we go. It is done in terms of the price. Of course, medical. We are just waiting to hear when he's going to fly over. Of course, the annoying point about it is, I think, tonight Liverpool fly out to Hong Kong. So again, he's going to be obviously coming over, having his medical, and then probably going straight out to have a medical. Of course, Liverpool at the moment are playing in a pre-season game behind closed doors. They are, I think somebody said they are 6-0 up at the moment. So again, it would be interesting to know who played in that anyway. I don't know. Looking at the team sheet now. Florian Wirtz played 45 minutes. That's decent, to be fair. But still, any other news will be live for it anyway, guys. Of course. So make sure you hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button. That will be a video coming up tomorrow. Probably tomorrow now at this point. But yeah, we're going to be doing taking a look in depth about Hugo Ekitike for you guys anyway. But yeah, if you are new around here, of course, please do hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We might be back live a bit later tonight, maybe around 8-9 p.m. For you guys. Maybe there might be a bit more news regarding Luis Diaz or even Ekitike himself. So yeah, hopefully I'll see all you guys then. But until next time, that's going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the COP Council. We'll see you guys later on. Ta-ra.